Rev up your engines! All right, today we got a popular SUV, a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and the dealer wants thousands of dollars to repair. I think it's a scam to rip her off. So we're gonna analyze this thing with my machine and go through it and see, are they really trying to rip her off or does she really need repairs? Now, as you can see, it's in pretty good shape. It's only got 60-something thousand miles, 4x4. Got a tow hitch on it. It's got the V6 engine. You can see there's a lot of space because you can also get a V8. Now you're going to get really bad gas mileage with a V8. This one gets about 22 on the highway, 21, 22 if you drive normal highway speeds, which isn't bad for a SUV of this size. Not great, because you got to consider one thing about this vehicle. The transmission is that Austrian ZF transmission, which is a great transmission. ZF sells millions of these things worldwide, and you might wonder, why is there an Austrian transmission in a Jeep when Fiat was building them? This is when Fiat Chrysler was the company before Stellantis bought it, and that was after Mercedes-Benz owned them when it was Daimler Chrysler. They are excellent transmissions. It's got a very good transmission in it, but even with that fancy 8-speed with overdrive automatic transmission, even with a V6, it's a gas hog. With a V8, you can forget it. They're tremendous gas hogs. Now, the last time I had somebody bring me one of these that had the Hemi V8 engine, he was getting 15 miles a gallon average, highway and city. The V8's tremendous gas hogs. You want to tow a lot of stuff? Yeah, that's what they're made for. But you're going to get really rat crap gas mileage if you put a V8 engine in one of these things. Now we'll start her up, see what it sounds like. As you can see, it's got 69,000 miles on it. And the engine sounds normal, doesn't vibrate. She said it doesn't burn any oil. But they're trying to sell her thousands of dollars to repair. So, let's see if they're trying to rip her off. I'll get my big old machine out. And the green light's flashing, so it's all hooked up. So, turn on the main one. Diagnostics, auto VIN. Oh, it already knows. That's how fast this baby is. It's got all the topology of the CAN system, so we're gonna go through them all. Here goes the machine. And while it's doing its thing, we'll see, pretty nicely set up, I gotta say. Got a nice big screen that's integrated. It's not some ugly thing sticking up. Nice armrest. Comfy leather seats, a lot of room in the back. No, I'm not a big sunroof fan, but it's got a big sunroof. And she's added one of those Coca-Cola polar bears for Christmas time. Now it's 100% done, which is pretty quick, and it's got 9 trouble codes. So let's start looking at them. We'll start with the BCM code. The BCM, it says it has 1. The humidity sensor module. Well, faulty humidity sensor, opener shorted. Well, the AC still works fine. And much like those humidity sensors in your dryers, fancy electric dryers, they break as long as it dries. You really want to mess with that crap. We'll erase that code. That's gone. Now there's driver's door module. Lost communication with master power switch. Mirror signal lamp control circuit open. Electrochromatic mirror control circuit open. Mirror control circuit shorted to open the ground. But when we check this mirror out, it moves back and forth. So switch to the other side. See what that does. It's moving back and forth and up and down, so we don't care. These things are so darn touchy. Small amount of electricity. The mirrors work. They got codes. I'm erasing them too. Now there's 2 codes left. We'll try this one. The passenger door module. Electrochromatic mirror control circuit open. Well, it's the same code we had before, so we'll erase that one. Only this one is for the door, even though it's the mirror on the same side. The power liftgate module. It's got 3-star codes. Power liftgate open direction. Power liftgate control. Circuit short to battery. Liftgate latch control. Circuit open. Yet the gate in the back opens and closes again. These things have so much electronic crap on them. You get codes like this, don't waste any money. They work, leave them alone. I will erase these last ones too. See, none of them were hard codes because they all erased. If it wouldn't have erased, then there's some kind of a hard code. So these are just glitchy things. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go and look at some of the main data. We'll go to ECM and then we flip over to the side. So now we're going to go through all kinds of data and we'll see what kind of shape this vehicle actually is in. All that data is normal. It's all black and white. You want black if it's red or orange has different colors is a problem, but these are all pretty good. Sensors are going high-low like they're supposed to. They're moving up and down. Supposed to go back and forth, and they are. This is still all oxygen sensor data. That is how complex these things are. See, the long-term adaptation is minus 0.8. Now, 0 is perfect, so it's pretty close to perfect. Even the Toyotas, they're going to be off 0.5%, 1%. 2%, whatever. Shows it's in pretty good shape. Temperature of the catalytic converter, dual speed oil pump, shows you the oil pressure. You don't have to hook up gauges to these. All this information comes out on this machine. There's all the data on the variable valve timing on the cams too. It does have the stupid start-stop system, which I hate, but you can turn it off when you start the car if you want. We're gonna look at the tranny data now. Gives you a lot of information, the transmission. Look at this. It's insane. All kinds of information. See what's going on with this very complex transmission. You take care of them. They can last an awful long time. Gives you all the information on different clutches, how long it takes to fill them, how the shift solenoids are working. Now granted, rebuilding these things are expensive, complex monstrosity, but you take care of them, change the filter and fluid, say every 50, 60,000 miles. They can last indefinitely. You really want to do it on one of these transmissions because they cost so much to fix when they break, and if you maintain them, they can last an awful long time. And of course, if you want to fool around with it when you're driving, it's got paddle shifters on it. So far, all I can say is they're trying to rip her off for thousands of dollars of repair she doesn't need. But you never know. We're going to take her for a road test, see if anything feels or sounds weird. Put it in reverse. Nice backup camera. You can see my little shed. Got a pretty good line up there. See, it's showing you exactly where to turn. To go down the road, it's showing a little curve. Follow that. Then we'll just curve it a little bit more. Hey, I like this thing. I like the way it follows. It does a really good job. It's nice dynamic backup. My driveway's all messed up in a weird shape, but boy, it made it easy backing it up. And look, you can see if you keep turning, you're going to miss the tree, which is what we want to do. We don't want to hit the tree. The tree's way over there now. Comes in really handy. Now, it's a tall vehicle, so going over the big old rain bump we got in the road here is going to be no problem. You know, you don't have to slow down. Now, it is a Jeep, but it's also an SUV, so it rides a lot better than a conventional Jeep. You know, we're going over the bumpy roads. These are terrible roads, and it's not bouncing around. It's pretty comfy. And of course, it's got all the selection for driving, as you look here. Four-wheel drive low, going down hills, mud, rock, or she's got it in automatic. So we'll get out to our big old road here in the morning. Traffic's not bad today. We'll give it some gas. A V6's got decent horsepower. Transmission, smooth shifts, you barely notice them. Of course, with the all-wheel drive, it corners like a dream, doesn't skid. And as I drive it around, I don't hear any joints, CV joints clacking. I don't hear any worn wheel bearing. This thing doesn't need anything done to it. Relatively high up in the air vehicle, it corners quite well. Tucks blue balls on it. I have no idea what that means, because in my day, that meant something that's probably completely different than what it's supposed to mean today. Now, she bought this thing used a little while back for like 25,000 bucks, which is not a bad deal, considering that I have seen people pay for the brand new Grand Wagoneer $114,000. And this gets better gas mods than that thing gets. This one's in excellent shape. I do have to say, yeah, the dealer is just trying to rip her off for thousands of dollars. It doesn't need any work, really, whatsoever. Something like this. Change the oil and filter every 5,000 miles with full synthetic oil and high-quality oil filter. Change the transmission fluid and filter like every 50, 60,000 miles. Oh, yeah. 21, 22 miles a gallon, not the greatest gas mileage, and that's on the highway. But this is the type of vehicle she wanted. She's real happy with it. She said she wants it to last forever. Well, hey, she's only in her 20s, so it's not going to last forever. Everything breaks down eventually. But for what she paid, it's in excellent shape. But of course, the dealer tried to sell her thousands of dollars of stuff that the vehicle doesn't need. So how can you avoid being ripped off like she was going to be ripped off? She was just lucky that I was here in Rhode Island. Well, you got to find an honest mechanic like me, which is almost an impossibility these days. Most places have high overhead. Dealerships have millions of dollars of overhead every year. You come in, they're going to try to sell you the kitchen sink. That's just how it goes. Even a small shop in most cities has a giant overhead. This is why I make these videos, so you can learn things you need to do, things you don't need to do. Let's say you went to a crooked guy and he found all those codes. He might try to sell you all kinds of crap. None of them mean anything. I erased them. None of them came back. Minor BS. Somebody gives you this, look, you've got 9 trouble codes here. We got to fix them, blah, blah. No. These modern cars are so technologically advanced. They trip codes for stupid things that don't mean anything. You don't have to do anything. Your only hassle is going to be finding an honest guy like me to look at it. Somebody who's not going to try to sell you a bunch of crap. You just need to know when to spend money fixing them and when to keep the money in your pocket and just maintain them correctly. Because there's a lot of crooks out there, and believe me, they're gunning for you, especially if you go to a dealership. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.